are going to have
under center in the double wing. The snap, pitch it to Mensa. Mensa,
Not gonna
stretching.
get it.
He's
Not
down.
gonna get it.
2-point conversion. No good. And the Blue Devils erupt. The wave onto the field. A huge win for the Blue Devils.
Face to the west and a big beautiful U.S. flag. Please remove any hats and helmets as we honor. Tonight perform marching band under the direction of band director Barry Hudson and drum major Hilton Harvey.
The Leominster High School Marching Band gets us started with the national anthem here, and although it is sad to report that our friends over at the NFL have to actually note who did or did not actually stand for the national anthem, I can report that everyone in this stadium stood for the national anthem tonight, as I expect they will all season long.
I think you probably have that right.
Kate, it is time for Leominster and Marlboro from historic Doyle Field. We are set for action. Leominster wearing the home blues, tops and bottoms, trimmed in white helmets with the single royal blue stripe. Marlboro, the road white tops, black bottoms, the orange helmets with the black grills, and the paw print on either side. We're set for kickoff.
We absolutely are, and tonight's kickoff brought to you by Troy Hebert Construction, a proud supporter of Leominster High School football with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and over 25 years experience. Make Troy Hebert your first choice for your home construction, remodeling, and damage repair needs. Find Troy Hebert online at troyhebertconstruction.com and line up your free estimate. Now with the call of the game, the voice of the Blue Devils, Todd Robbins.
All right, Kate, thank you so very much. We are set for action. Ball on the tee, 40-yard line to our right, and it was Pablo Rodriguez put the right foot into it, angled kick from right to left, rolls skidding across the 50, 45, is returned from the 40 and back to about the 46-yard line of the Panthers. Looked like number 80, Jack Philbin, on the return.
Absolutely correct there.
It'll be a first down and 10 to go for Marlboro. First touch of the 2017 season. They will go left to right here on the K-Zone, or for our viewers joining us live on Leominster TV, right to left. Triple option in the backfield, split backs there, receiver to either side of first-year quarterback, the senior Hayden Gianetti. The snap and the quick pitch on the handoff on the inside. It looks like 13 turning end across the left sideline. That was Abraham Tony Garcia up that left sideline into Blue Devil territory, the 40-35, and angled out of bounds just shy of the Leominster 30 at the 33-yard line. Quick first touch of the football, and he found a lot of room down left side.
Absolutely right about that. That left side, he was able to, that left side was not, that edge was not set very well, and able to make quite a lot of running room there for himself.
Here come the Panthers. First down and 10 to go. They find themselves at the Blue Devil 33-yard line at left hash. Split backs and a receiver to either end. The snap and the handoff went to the fullback inside. It was Lou Vigent on the carry, and he battles his way for about 3 yards to the Leominster 30-yard line.
Battling he did there, absolutely. Right up that gut, getting him right to the 30-yard line, absolutely.
It will go as a gain of 3. Second down, 7 to go from the 30-yard line. Split backs in the backfield behind Giannetti. Giannetti the snap. Tried to put it into the breadbasket of Evan Doherty. We've got a loose football. It's down on the field at the 31, and Leominster's on top of it. It's Blue Devil football. Zach Calladay on top of it, comes up with the fumble recovery, and Leominster not only makes a defensive stand, they get the football here, first touch of the game.
That's a great job by the Leominster Blue Devil defense right there, getting that ball back right away, getting a fairly decent field position at their own 30-yard line. Let's see what this Leominster offense can do.
Indeed, starting quarterback Pat Gallagher comes out for the start of his junior season. An I backfield, Connor Marchand is the down fullback. And behind him, it was Justice Reynolds, the snap. Handoff gives straight up the gut. It goes across the 35 and dragged down at the 37-yard line. And that was Adam Couch on the carry, his first of the season.
Looking pretty good. Gain of about 5 yards on that play. Second down and 5 to go for the Blue Devils here. Some nice positive yardage. Let's see what those backs can do tonight.
Second down, 5 to go for Leominster as they go right to left in this first quarter of action, their own 37-yard line, center of the field. I backfield, Couch is dotting the handoff this time for the fullback Marchand. Straight up the middle he goes, across the 40 and dragged down at the 46-yard line. That's 5 yards and enough for a Leominster first down.
First down for the Leominster Blue Devil offense, bringing them in the vicinity of midfield right now at their own 41. Running game looking pretty good. Some positive yardage there.
Beautiful night here at historic Doyle Field. We'll get a check of the time and temperature after this play. An I backfield behind Gallagher, Marchand, and then Couch. Here's the snap, the give to Couch. He was stripped. Loose football. Being bobbled. Now scooped up on the run. That's 25. Evan Doherty. Doherty untouched to the end zone. It's a touchdown, Panthers. The teams exchange fumbles. The Panthers pick up the loose football after giving away their first offensive touch, and they run it back for 6. 8:41 to play in the first quarter. It's 6-0 Marlboro.
That's exactly what you cannot have happen if you are going to be one of the running backs for the Blue Devils. You have to protect that football. That strip came way too easy.
Football just could not find its way into the middle of the handoff. Got bobbled and away it went. Doherty picked it up and ran it back for the touchdown. Hayden Giannetti, the quarterback, does the holding for the kicker, Max Whitmore. The senior marks his distance to attempt the point after. Giannetti's ball down, kick is up, and it is through, and the teams come back up the field. 8:41 to play in the first quarter with the score. Marlboro 7 and Leominster nothing. More to come. You're listening to Leominster High School football right here on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers on Leominster TV. First time we get a chance to say hello specifically to you tonight. Bradley Bedard, Jack Selly leading our team of volunteers tonight and got a great look at that one. Football just never found its home with Adam Couch. Ball goes on the ground and away it goes. Evan Doherty able to make up for the fumble that he had to give the ball away to Leominster in the first place. Back to historic Doyle Field here on the K-Zone. Kate Robbins alongside Todd Robbins. Ball on the tee, 40-yard line at our left. On the approach, the kick is away. Well struck by Max Whitmore. Angling from right to left, and out of bounds it goes. Across the Blue Devil 25 at the 22-yard line. Penalty flag is down. Leominster will have a choice of a re-kick, moving them 5 yards farther back on that re-kick, and it looks like that's what Coach Palazzi is going to do.
Not a bad choice there, taking that re-kick, seeing what we get next time.
And there's the signal for the procedure, and they'll move him back to the 35-yard line and give him another opportunity. It was a great kick by Max Whitmore to open things up.
Back there again, we have Brian Rodriguez and we have Justice Reynolds Back to receive for the Blue Devils. Well back around the 11-12 yard line.
Yeah, they think he can certainly put a foot into it. Ball on the tee at 35. Here's the re-kick. Whitmore on the approach. Well struck with the right foot, end over end. Down the numbers on the left side of the field. It will be returned with a full head of steam by Brian Rodriguez. Across the 40-yard line and dragged down at the Leominster 43-yard line. And that's where Leominster will set up shop for their second offensive possession. First down and 10, their own 42, going right to left here on the K-Zone, or for those of you joining us on Leominster TV, left to right.
Excellent return by Brian Rodriguez there. He was well back, as we said, around the 12-yard line on the far hash from us here on your radio dial, near hash for LTV viewers. But I mean, obviously, all the way up to the 42-yard line, that's a pretty impressive job.
First and 10 for Leominster out of the I formation. Two receivers to the left. The snap, Adam Couch with a sure possession there. Forward he goes across the 45. Stood up by the Marlboro defense. Shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That'll go down as a gain of 8, and it looks like second down. Make it a gain of 7. 2nd and 3.
Right off the bat, very different looking offense for the Dave Palazzi era here. We haven't seen any passing attempts here. Run game really 100% of the time. So right now, a fairly one-dimensional offense. Obviously, the strip coming in the last offensive possession. So slow and steady here on the run game.
2nd and 3 from the Blue Devil 49. Snap for Gallagher under center. Give to Connor Marchand. Forward he goes, pushing his way through with that lead arm, trying to stiff arm his way across the 50-yard line. He does make it across the 50 and drag down just shy of the Panther 48, and right in the general neighborhood of a Blue Devil first down, and the officials will take a timeout. Gives us an opportunity to check our time and temperature, and it's brought to you by North End Subaru, a proud member of the Colonial Automotive Group. Located on Route 13 at 757 Chase Road in Lunenburg, North End Subaru is proud to be a Subaru President's Club Award winner and a stellar performer dealer. Online at northendsubaru.com. 64 degrees under partly cloudy skies, 7:09 here on the K-Zone, week 1 of action. Leominster and Marlboro, your home for every Blue Devil game, home and away, right here at AM 1280 and 105.3 FM. Streaming live the world over at WPKZ.net.
Just shy of the first down are the Blue Devils, just over midfield, but about, I'd say, half a foot, about 6 inches to go to get a first down here.
They'll mark the chains back out there, and as Kate said, 3rd and rather short to go. They need to move the football fully to the Panther 48-yard line in order to get the first down. I formation, Marchand, Couch dotting. Receiver to the left and right of the formation. The snap by Gallagher. Gave it to Marchand. Hole caved beautifully for Marchand. Found some room, and forward he goes. Brings himself to the Panther 47-yard line. Clearly a Leominster first down and 10.
These are the types of things that Coach Palazzi was talking about when he was talking to you in the coach's corner. That offensive and defensive line play is going to be key. If not for that nice large A-gap created by that offensive line, Connor Marchand not able to push through as easily as he did. Those are the types of conversions, 3rd and short, 4th and short, that you really need to get, and really it's all about the line play in those situations.
Hand off for Couch on first down and 10. Bounces off of his initial block, crosses the Panther 45, and he's dragged down at the 44-yard line. Gain of about 3 on the play. Leominster's looking at a 2nd down and 7 to go from left hash. As we go under 7 minutes to play here in the first quarter, Marlboro with the 7-0 lead. Panthers fumbled their opening possession away to Leominster. Leominster took the football back. 3 plays later, turned around and fumbled the ball back to Marlboro. And Evan Doherty, who committed the initial fumble, picked up the loose football and ran it all the way back for 6. Extra point made it 7-0 Marlboro. Gallagher the snap, tripped coming out of the slot, but he's got some room, sets his feet and throws. Looking downfield for Gabe Elias. A little too high, a little too far outside, and the pass falls incomplete.
Yeah, that's first passing attempt for the Blue Devils tonight. A little bit different than we saw in that scrimmage. Primarily in that scrimmage, we were seeing low and short by Pat Gallagher right there. We see high and long in that instance. High and long okay in that situation if it's going to be incomplete, because it becomes uncatchable for anybody else and goes directly out of bounds. 3rd
down, 7 to go from left hash at the Panther 44-yard line. Offset eye in the backfield, looks like a little bit of a pistol formation there with Couch behind Gallagher. Play action fake to Couch, now rolling off. Gallagher will throw on the run, looking for the tight end Del Judas, and he got a hand on it but could not reel it in across the Panther 35. The ball will fall incomplete, and it'll bring up a 4th down and 7 at the Panther 44-yard line, and Leominster will be forced to punt.
Those are the types of passes you really hope are able to be caught. Not a lot of defenders around your receiver in that situation. In that instance, it might just be kind of a chemistry thing, making sure that the routes are being run very well and run precisely. Right now, Coach Palazzi is on the sideline talking to his receiving core.
Felipe Garcia stands at his own 43 to punt. Got a good snap. Kick is away. It is high. Fair catch signaled and made by the Panthers at their own 15-yard line. 6:17 to play here in the first quarter. Marlboro 7 and Leominster nothing. Leominster was able to change field position there, push Marlboro back to their farthest starting position of the night. It'll be a 1st down and 10 to go for the Panthers from their own 17-yard line. Here they come in that triple option offense, split backs behind Giannetti. Receive it either side of this formation as they go left to right. Giannetti's not particularly tall. He's got to get a little bit low to get underneath his center. Goes with the speed pitch to the outside right, turning the corner. It's Evan Doherty. Does just get the edge. Gains a couple, maybe 3 yards. Looks like 2nd and about 7 to go from the Panther 20-yard line.
Right now, that run game really is the bread and butter of the Marlboro Panthers right there. Again, trying to go to the outside. We haven't seen too much run up the gut thus far on the Panthers' behalf. Right now, they are fairly content working the perimeter, really spreading out the fields against those Blue Devils.
2nd down, 7 to go. Here comes Giannetti, about to go under center. 2 backs in the backfield behind him, 2 receivers to the open side left of the formation. Giannetti, the snap, tried to put it in the back pocket of his fullback, Vigent. Got it in his hands. Vigent didn't get far, maybe a half yard on the play. They're going to call it no gain. 3rd down, 7 to go for the Panthers from their own 20-yard line. Need to move the football to their own 27-yard line for the 1st down. Coach Mahoney giving the play to Hayden Giannetti. Coach Mahoney in his 14th season coaching the Panthers, and well, first time he's had to do a lot of rebuilding in a real short window of time. Graduated more than 20 players, very busy this offseason and a little bit paranoid prior to the start of the game. He was concerned with supplying his starting lineup to the broadcast team. And Coach Mahoney and squad takes a timeout, stopping the clock with 5:24 to play in the first quarter. Marlboro 7, Leominster nothing. Good opportunity for us to take a check around the region, see what's going on out there tonight. A lot of reporters out there checking in on Twitter. Action all over the place here in central Massachusetts tonight. I know that I saw Jim McGuirk is out there. He is out at Groton Dunstable tonight as Groton Dunstable plays host to Neshoba. I know Chad Garner is covering the Fitchburg St. Bernard's game as well, so we'll be checking in with them throughout the night as they are just getting started as well. Everybody in first quarter action here early on this Friday night, week 1 of the Division III Central Mass season. Happy to have you along with us here on the K-Zone and with our partners on Leominster TV. First time tonight out on social media as well. Every play on Leominster TV's Facebook page, as they will be airing it via Facebook Live all year long. Stay tuned for more on that. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are all across the world on Facebook Live tonight and Leominster TV. Out of the Panther timeout. 3rd and 7, their own 20-yard line, coming left to right. Giannetti's under center. Here's the snap. Puts it in the hands of, it looked like 13 for the little pass down the field. It was Tony Garcia. Garcia finds a wide open man down the left side of the numbers. It was Alex Santos who reaches out and makes the catch, and Santos comes stumbling down across the Blue Devil 35-yard line, and they mark him dead right there. Pretty pitch and catch. Garcia had a little trouble getting it positioned in his hand, then cocked the left arm back and floated it down the left side of the field.
45-yard pickup by the Marlboro Panthers.
And it'll be a first down and 10 to go as they turn field position back on the Blue Devils. First and 10 at the Leominster 35, going left to right. Giannetti checks a man in motion, puts the handoff straight up the middle, looked like Vigiant on the carry. Straight across the 20, still battling now across the, 30, and then the 25, and dragged down around the 20-yard line. Plenty of room for a Panther first down, and Coach Palazzi and crew take a quick timeout there. They are not very happy, and immediately out on the field goes Kevin Murphy, the Blue Devils' longtime defensive coordinator in the Dave Palazzi era. He'd seen enough of his defense not able to stop this Marlboro offense.
Yeah, those big plays are really, really killer. We saw that against Tewksbury as well. They were seemingly able to pass at will and for big yardage as well there. So that's exactly what you do not want your defense giving up. You do not want to see those big plays downfield. 45 yards is hard to make up for.
Coming out of the Leominster timeout here quickly, an update right now. Chad Garner of the Sentinel and Enterprise reporting via Twitter there's a lighting issue in the corner end zone for this Fitchburg and St. Bernard's game. The ADs, coaches, and the referees are meeting out on the field right now. Chad Garner of the Sentinel and Enterprise reporting that via Twitter. A lighting problem slowing down the start of Fitchburg and St. Bernard's. We'll have more on that from Twitter and Chad Garner as the night continues. Handoff there went to Evan Doherty as he bounced it to the outside. Dragged down just across the Blue Devil 20 at about the 19-yard line. Gain of 1, second down 9.
That's what you like to see the Blue Devils able to do, hold them to that short yardage.
Under 5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. 7-0 is Marlboro's lead. They've got the football. Second down, 9 to go. Left hash at the Blue Devil 19-yard line. Split backs in the backfield. Receiver to either end of the formation. And Hayden Giannetti, the quarterback, under center. Snap, faked it to the first man through. Little quick pitch to the outside. Looked like Devin Ruan on the carry, and it was. He bounced off an initial hit and was dragged down at the Leominster 15-yard line, giving him about a handful more and bringing up a third down, and we'll call it a long 5.
Another third down and moderate coming up here for Marlboro. They've been able to convert on third down seemingly at will. So see what they come up with here.
Giannetti walks to the line, split backs behind him, a receiver to either side. The wide side of the play to the left. Giannetti is under center. Leominster packing that line in front of him. Here's the snap, the give, forward it goes for Evan Doherty. He is hit and taken down. Right there was Christian Nunez to put the initial whack on Doherty as he stepped through the hole. Did get a couple of yards forward across the Leominster 15 and dragged down about the 13-yard line. It'll be a fourth down and about 3 to go. Probably not close enough for field goal opportunity here. The Panthers are going to go for it deep in Blue Devil territory. Under center, Giannetti, hard count. He got Leominster to jump, but they got back on sides, and Giannetti backed off from under center to look at his sideline.
He's got to snap that ball in that
situation.
He does.
Under center, the snap, and handoff straight up the middle. Looked like Doherty on the carry off the left side. Got to around the Leominster 10-yard line. They mark him across the 10 at the 9, and it is a first and goal to go for the Panthers. Able to convert their first fourth down of the day. First of the season as well.
We're going to have first and goal here coming up from just shy of the 10-yard line for the Panthers.
Split backs in the backfield, receiver to either side of the formation for Giannetti. Shifts a man in motion on that play. It's Garcia. Snap, handoff went in the opposite direction in the hands of Doherty as he comes around right side, stacked up on the edge of the line, shy of the 10-yard line. He's dragged down at the 11. That's a loss of 2 on the play. It'll be second and goal for the Panthers from the Leominster 11-yard line.
Loss of 1 on that play for the Panthers. Nice stop there by the Blue Devils defense, getting some pretty good penetration into the backfield on that. Nice job setting that edge as well, not letting the Marlboro Panthers, Evan Doherty, around that corner.
1:20 to play here in the first quarter. 7-0 Marlboro's lead. Continuing their drive. Second and goal from the 11-yard line. Under center, Giannetti 5-step set, looks to his left, looking corner of the end zone, floats it long and incomplete. Intended receiver was Kevin Short, one of the few returning offensive players the Panthers had from last season. Short, a captain this season, and again, one of their few returners that they had coming back as a starter on offense. I believe 3 starters returned on offense. One was Short, one is the right tackle, Christian Baysquat, and other than that, those are the names we know. So take that for what you will.
Right there after that incomplete pass, the Panthers 3rd and goal from the 11.
Giannetti walks to the line, 2 backs behind him. Ruan to his left, Vigent the fullback to the right, a receiver to either side of the formation. Giannetti almost standing up as he's under center. Checks a man in motion. It's Short coming from left to right. Whistles kill the play.
Is that going to be your stereotypical delay of game?
No,
oh, no,
Coach Sean Mahoney would like a timeout. Stopping the clock with 1:08 to play in the first quarter. Panthers with the 7-0 lead and facing a 3rd and goal from the 11-yard line.
I was waiting for our annual start to the Doyle Field delay of game, but no such luck. No such luck there.
We do have an update from the Fitchburg and St. Bernard's game. Chad Garner checking in from the Sentinel and Enterprise, reporting via Twitter. There will be a football game out there tonight between Fitchburg and St. Bernard's. Moments ago, he did report that there was a lighting issue. There were some concerns between the teams. They got together, discussed things between both coaching staffs and also the officiating crew and the athletic directors, and they have decided there will be a football game tonight between Fitchburg and St. Bernard's. So we'll get updates from Chad Garner of the Sentinel and Enterprise via Twitter as we continue. Now, that's one way to start week 1 of action.
I can only imagine, because the lights are on for so long pre-game, that what could possibly have been an issue?
Very strange indeed, but as it turns out, they will play football at some juncture.
It's going to be a late night over there.
No question about that. 1:08 to play in the first quarter, 7-0 Marlboro's lead coming out of the timeout. 3rd and goal from the Leominster 11, going from left to right. 2 receivers to the open side left. Giannetti going under center. Garcia checks in motion from left to right. He provides a little screen. They're going to look corner of the end zone for Short. Floats it. Couch defending. It was tipped, and a flag flies from the back judge. And Adam Couch was right there. He never tried to play the football. He was right there in the face of the receiver, Kevin Short. Pass interference going to be the call against the Blue Devils. Foul occurred in the end zone. They'll put it at the 1-yard line, and it'll be a 1st and goal to go for the Panthers.
Pass interference in the end zone. Very, very tough one to have to swallow there.
First and goal to go now for the Panthers. Very costly penalty. Leominster had almost stood up on that one. Couch was just never able to swing his head around enough and at least make it look like he was playing the football. Here's the snap. The give is for Doherty. Tries to find some room, and he'll work his way forward. Check that Ruan on the play. Wiggled his way forward maybe a half yard or so. It'll be 2nd and goal from the Leominster 1-yard line. Under a minute to play officially here in the first quarter. 7-0 the lead right now for Marlboro. And they are looking to add and build here. Giannetti will walk to the line, 2 backs behind him. 1 receiver on the short side of the formation to the right. Here's the snap. Falling down was Giannetti. He got it into the hands of Ruan, who is in the end zone for a Panther touchdown. 13-0, Marlboro opens up their lead. 18.3 seconds remaining here in quarter number 1.
Extra point attempt coming up here for Marlboro.
Yeah, Max Whitmore does the kicking. Giannetti holds here. Waiting for the signal from Giannetti. There it is, ball down. Whitmore puts the right foot into it, peeling toward the left upright, and it will sneak inside the post. Teams coming back up the field. 18 seconds to play here in the first quarter with the score. Marlboro 14 and Leominster nothing. You're listening to Leominster High School football right here on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers on Leominster TV tonight, providing you some fantastic looks. Bradley Bedard, their director and producer of sports, setting everything up tonight, and of course bringing you that high angle there. Jack Sully calling the shots in the truck, coordinating everything as our director this evening, and a great staff of volunteers out there as well. So happy to have them with us for another great season of Leominster High School football. Starting off a little bit rough, 14-0. Leominster must have been watching the Patriots last night. Back to historic Doyle Field here on the K-Zone alongside Kate Robbins. I am Todd Robbins. 14-0 Marlboro's lead, and Max Whitmore sends the kick left to right and end over end down the field. Brian Rodriguez with a head of steam, angling from right to left across the field, across the 30-35, and dragged down at the 36-yard line. And that's where Leominster will start. First down and 10, their own 36-yard line. And the one thing they can't complain about, Kate, about this first half of action has been starting field position. They have been well away from their own end of the field, had plenty of room to work, and Leominster, as we saw in that last scrimmage game against Tewksbury, not able to get the freight train moving on offense.
Yeah, right now getting on a roll is clearly a problem. They haven't been able to really get into a groove, and obviously a little bit of a tough pill to swallow, down by 14 here to the Panthers with 12 seconds to go in the quarter.
Last 12 seconds, as Kate says, a quarter one. Here's a double, make it a triple reverse. Gallagher's got it, tosses it deep down the center of the field, and it is picked off and going the other way. On the run back, it was Alex Santos. He got left sideline, crosses the 40, 45, and is taken down at the Panther 47-yard line. Gallagher floated it deep down the center of the field, and that ball was essentially fair caught and returned on the interception. And that's the way that the first quarter of week one comes to an end with the score. Marlboro 14 and Leominster nothing. Teams will change ends second quarter when we come back. You're listening to Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers on Leominster TV as you're watching the replay there. Analysis is fairly simple. How about just plain yuck? That quarter was entirely forgettable as this season goes on. Well, let's hope it's not a sign of things to come. Second 11 minutes on the board, and the teams will change ends, and Leominster is going to be forced here to try to find some kind of a different type of momentum here. Clearly, Coach Palazzi was trying to go back to what he usually does. He tried to adjust this offense a little bit to be more smash mouth, a little more classic Leominster offense, running the ball on the ground. Wasn't finding that to be successful, so he goes deep into the playbook and finds that essentially triple reverse. There was 3 handoffs and a pitch back to Pat Gallagher, who tossed it down the center of the field for an interception. Back to historic Doyle Field here on the K-Zone. Start of the second quarter of action off of a Panthers interception. It'll be first and 10 to go for Marlboro. They go right to left here in quarter two, or left to right for those of you joining us on Leominster TV. Giannetti, the fake, 5-step set, throws a beautiful spiral down the center of the field, right into the hands of his receiver down the center of the field. Max Whitmore reels it in. He had beat the coverage. He's inside the Leominster 5 and dragged down at the 4-yard line. A 53-yard pitch and catch from Hayden Giannetti to Max Whitmore. What a play.
Yeah, that's absolutely not how you want to be starting a quarter or a ball game or any point whatsoever. Beautiful pitching catch in stride is that ball caught.
That's what a senior quarterback looks like. Even if he hadn't started a down of a game, that's what an experienced senior looks like. Giannetti the snap, pitches it out to the near side on first down and goal. Stretching the field, it's Ruan toward the goal line. He is stopped shy. Leominster defense stacks up on the edge there. It was Gabe Elias, joined by a host of others, to make a stand and prevent the touchdown, perhaps prevent the inevitable. It'll be second and goal from about the 1-yard line.
Man, oh man, this is a rough go. Absolutely a rough go on that.
Appears to be an injured player on the field there. Officials have to stop things. as they go through and check that out. And now some help from Marlboro to get them over to the far sideline. That's Ruan, slow to get up and getting brought over to the far side of the field. Never like to see that in week one of action. Doesn't matter who you root for, you never want to see the other team lose a player. You don't want to see one of your own players go out in week one of action. It's never good. Never a good way to start a season.
Certainly, especially with the amount of practice and time that's already been put in by these student athletes. They start earlier than any of the other fall sports do, and as you said, week one, that is just absolutely heartbreaking.
Second and goal from the Leominster 2, put it in the hands of the fullback Vigent, and he is in the end zone for a Panther touchdown.
And the hits just keep on coming.
20-0, Marlboro. 9:53 to play in the second quarter. Wow. That's all I can say about that. If you had an unanswered 20 points to start the season against Leominster, I want you to tell me what the winning lottery numbers are for the coming weekend as well. Giannetti gets the snap, ball down, right foot into it from Whitmore. That thing's up on the Morton Street Hill. Team's coming back up the field. 9:53 to play here in the second quarter. And unanswered, 21-0. Marlboro on top of Leominster. We break. We're back with more. You're listening to Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers here on Leominster TV. And wow, talk about throwing a wet blanket on the open of the season. We have succeeded in seeing that thus far. 21-0. Leominster totally absent at this point in time, but I have to say, although I admire a lot of the boosters and supporters that were talking about how Leominster was going to win this game easily, you could see it in the scrimmage against Tewksbury. Leominster was not going to win this game easily. Back to historic Doyle Field here on the K-Zone alongside Kate Robbins. Todd Robbins here with you. Marlboro 21 and Leominster nothing. We were talking during our bonus coverage about Leominster's start to the season. I called it a wet blanket moments ago, and I think that about sums things up. Not the type of start to the year you wanted to see. And again, you know, as much as some boosters wanted to make this going to be an easy year for Leominster, or at least an easy start to the year, they weren't showing that against Tewksbury. And there's a ball that is misplayed after the kick from Whitmore at their own 5-yard line. Brian Rodriguez has to run back and pick it up. Marlboro closes on it. Rodriguez has lost the football. Panthers may be on top of it. They'll be inside the Leominster 10 if they are able to recover it. There's another flag down on the field. There may have already been one, or it was a yellow shoe. Right now the preliminary signal is Panther football. A disastrous start for Leominster tonight.
Yeah, I mean, everything is going wrong. Absolutely everything is going wrong right now.
Wow. From bad to worse to worst.
To worser.
Officials are having a discussion standing right around the Leominster 15-yard line.
Ball right now spotted around the Leominster 10-yard line.
And it is in the hands of the Panthers as they recovered a fumble. That kickoff from Whitmore went deep down the field. Rodriguez misplayed what became a bounding ball, let it get by him, a la Bill Buckner. It crossed the 5-yard line. He ran back, picked it up, turned around and tried to run, and then in the meanwhile was in the grasp of the Panthers, kept trying to keep the play alive, broke loose, had the football kind of loosely away from his body. It got poked out, and the Panthers picked it up. But there is a couple of flags down on the field, and the timing of those will make a difference. Were they before the change of possession? Were they after? Who were they against? Where does the enforcement happen? All 5 zebras are gathered together at the 15-yard line having that discussion right now.
And that's kind of the thing. You don't generally see them talking this long, the white hat coming out.
Here's the report. Unsportsmanlike conduct signaled against the Panthers. And then a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct also against the Panthers. That sounds like 2 penalties. And it appears that one of them came on the initial play before the fumble. Coach Sean Mahoney has 2 officials over on the far sideline. He wants a good explanation about this, because not only is he not going to get a penalty enforced with possession, he's going to lose the football. There's going to be a penalty and a re-kick, and he's going to need a long explanation, I would imagine, before he agrees to allow this game to continue.
You think?
Wow. fortuitous flag that goes in the direction of Leominster. Both of them unsportsmanlike conducts, both of them against Marlboro. One of them apparently during the live ball and before Leominster lost possession of the football. So huge turning point perhaps in this game. Leominster already trailing 21-0 with 9:42 to play in the second quarter. Crucial situation there for Leominster to get the ball back and a re-kick.
Well, when everything's not going your way, at least you have something, I suppose, correct?
And look at where this mark-off is for this re-kick. The conversation with Coach Mahoney continues, by the way. But meanwhile, they've begun the mark-off, and Leominster is starting to line up their front set, their up men, if you will, on the kickoff. And they are right now at the Panther 25-yard line at our right. And they are still marking back. There'll be 10 yards gap whenever they finish.
Holy moly.
Both of those penalties were enforced, I think, from what I can tell. They are placing the ball at the Panther 13-yard line, give or take. A little tough to tell there, but it'll be center of the field at the 13. They put the tee down, and they're going to set the ball up. Leominster's front is marked at the Panther 25-yard line. Leominster's going to have tremendous field position, and they're going to be lucky to possess the football if they can complete this return. With that said, not a bad time to respond to a 21-0 deficit. Max Whitmore with the ball on the tee at his own 10. Away it goes. Line drive down the center of the field. Justice Reynolds will return from his own 37-yard line. Got some room. Cross midfield. Cross the 40. Got a block. Eludes another tackle. Across the 35 and angled down at the 33-yard line of the Panthers. Fantastic return from Justice Reynolds.
That is a fantastic 30-yard return on that for Justice Reynolds. And that's exactly what the Blue Devils needed to catch a break there. That sloppy play on that last kickoff return. I mean, very sloppy play on that last kickoff return, but the tide potentially able to change right now.
And talk about a turn of events. Instead of a fumble and a giveaway inside of your own 10-yard line, you get 2 penalties, a re-kick and a return inside the Panther 34-yard line. A tremendous turn of events for Leominster right now.
Not too shabby.
First down, 10 to go. I backfield, Marchand with Couch dotting and a receiver to either side of the formation. The snap, they give it to Couch. Hole opens on the left side, inside of the end. Forward he goes to about the 31-yard line. Gains about 3 on the play, 2nd and 7.
Just keep swimming, just keep swimming.
You know,
that's really it.
That's not a bad point.
That's really all we can get right now.
Not a
Hold
bad
the
point
ball,
at all.
Hold the rock, protect the ball, and just keep swimming.
We'll have a check of our hard-working player spotlight coming up after this play. 2nd and 7 to go. Gallagher sets down his line, his center, Dan Morey. Under center here is a snap. Gallagher, the give for Couch. Got some room. Full head of steam. Crosses the 25 and tracked down at the 21-yard line. It's a Leominster first down, and all of a sudden, a couple of Couch runs strung together, and you're starting to feel like the Leominster offense may be leaving the station.
Yeah, has a little bit of life. 10 yards on that last pickup. The nice thing that I'm seeing a couple of different backs right now making contributions. I mean, right now, again, it's a fairly one-dimensional game plan, but as things have been going so poorly.
And here's a timeout taken by the Panthers, stopping the clock with 8:26 to play in the second quarter, and Marlboro has a 21-0 lead. Let's take a look at our hard-working player spotlight. It's brought to you by Workers Credit Union. Workers Credit Union is home of the $3 million give-back program. The more you bank, the more you get back. You can check them out on the web at WCU.com. Workers Credit Union, doing what's right for you. And Kate, as you look over your notes in front of you, our Workers Credit Union hard-working player spotlight of this first half thus far.
Right now on the Marlboro Panthers side of the ball, I'm actually going to have to give it, I think, to their kicker, Max Whitmore. Right now, special teams has absolutely been dominating. The kicking game really been pretty impressive. I mean, there's not a lot of highlights to talk about.
And he's got a 53-yard pitch and catch on top of it that led to points as well. So I think that's a good choice. 17, Max Whitmore of the Panthers, our hard-working player spotlight of the first half. First down and 10 to go from the Panther 21. Gallagher under center, bumped into the handoff with Connor Marchand, scrambled to the ground. There was a loose football, and Marchand got back on top of it.
And I know we talk a lot at the beginning of the season about the idea of the center to quarterback exchange. The same can be said with all the running backs. Connor was in Gallagher's back pocket as soon as that ball was snapped. So much so that as soon as Pat turned to his left, Connor was already making contact and brushing up against him, and that's what causes that really sloppy exchange there and is ultimately extraordinarily dangerous as well.
No question about that. 2nd down, 9 to go. Snap Gallagher. Fake short, swing pass out, complete, flag down on the play. Couch has got the football, turns the right corner, crosses the 20, and he's angled out of bounds at the Panthers' 17-yard line. And the preliminary signal is a hold against Leominster.
Oh boy.
3 plays go in your direction, and, well, 1 play goes backwards. And all of a sudden, it's 3 steps forward and 4 steps back, and Leominster is at 2nd down and 12 to go. Excuse me.
16.
Yeah, 16 to go. Thank you.
Oh boy. I struggle sometimes with the holding in these types of situations. It's a, I mean, you have to call it, but I don't know.
It was one of those cases where that one was an open field hold
know.
directly in front of the official. You gotta flag it at some point.
It is what it is.
Yeah, that's right. Call it a 2nd down. Looks like 16 to go. Ball back across the 30 at the 31-yard line of the Panthers. Leominster going left to right. Pistol formation here. Couch behind Gallagher, away from center. Connor Marchand right next to him.
Oh yeah.
And everybody started moving, and the center, Dan Morey, didn't have the snap count. Ball never left the field.
Ruh-roh.
5 more yards tacked onto this one. Call it 2nd down and longer. And Leominster right now with self-inflicted wounds. Not good.
Not good at all. Clock keeps continuing to tick down for the Blue Devils in this first half of play. First half of football that they will likely want to forget as it is right now. But good field position. I believe it's 2nd down and 21 right now. 2nd down and a country mile.
Yeah, 2nd and 24.
Let's see what they've got in the playbook.
Ball back to the Panther 36-yard line. Pistol formation. Here's the snap. Gallagher with the delay. On the draw handoff. Puts it in the hands of Couch, and forward he goes. Crosses the 35. He's dragged down at about the 31-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and still long.
Yep.
Ball back to about the 32-yard lines where the official spot will be. Blue Devils need to achieve the Panther, looks like 12, 13-yard line over there.
20 yards, 3rd and 20.
Yeah, 3rd down and 20 to go.
Man.
The good news is you never have to play the first half of week 1 again until next year. So it will be a fairly forgettable first half with a 21-0 deficit, hopefully not more before halftime, is the way Leominster looks at it right now. And hopefully you can put it behind you and then just move on into the second half of action. And they'd like to start moving on right now.
Teachable moments.
Absolutely. Shotgun formation, Couch with Gallagher. Back to pass, backpedaling, flings it toward the line, and mercifully falls incomplete.
Luckily incomplete.
Call it 4th and 20.
Those are those situations, though, of a little bit of panic. You have an inexperienced offense right there, and you have that moment of panic, and you just try to get rid of the football, and sometimes just, you know, when you're a little bit more inexperienced, just a poor decision making.
Timeout taken by Leominster. Coach Dave Palazzi's bringing everybody over to have a discussion. Stops the clock with 6:37 to play in the second quarter. 21-0 Marlboro's lead, and I know our male viewers are going to caution me against this, but I'm gonna take a risk here and disagree with Kate on one part of that conversation. You know, I do agree that they are a young team, but you have an experienced quarterback who, as a sophomore, started 7 games and looked very poised starting those 7 games last year. And right now, in what I've seen in the Tewksbury scrimmage and what I've seen on this field tonight, he looks like he never played those 7 games. Right. He looks like a first-time junior starter.
Then I'm going to come right back at you and say, okay.
This is what the male viewer/listener was cautioning me on.
Absolutely.
Yes,
you have a situation last year where you have 20 senior veteran leaders all around you to be able to pick you up.
Absolutely.
And now you're the guy. You're the guy. That can change you.
12 brothers and sisters. I was the youngest of them all. They were all looking up at me. You had 12 brothers and sisters? 8. You're right. 12 sounds better.
12 sounds better. 12 sounds better. Oh, boy.
Oh, is it too early for movie references?
Oh, boy.
6:37 to play in the second quarter, and out of the Blue Devil timeout, 21-0 is Marlboro's lead. Leominster looking to go for it here on 4th down and very long. They need to achieve the Panther 12-yard line for a first down. Trips to the left of the formation, single receiver, the tight end Del Judas to the right. Snap, Gallagher back to pass, hit as he attempts to throw. That ball was out as a fumble. Either way, it's Panther football, and they're going to get it at their own 41-yard line. Leominster not able to capitalize on an incredibly fortuitous opportunity and great field position. They literally flagged themselves out of the red zone and put themselves in a situation where they had nowhere to go but turn the football over.
That is absolutely correct. I mean, we always talk about Coach Palazzi being a very aggressive play caller. So in this type of a situation, he's likely just saying, you know what, let's try to make something positive out of something negative. We have a downfield pass that we can run, but seemingly everything that can go wrong tonight has gone wrong for these Blue Devils, and it's very difficult to see them struggling this much.
1st and 10 for Marlboro, their own 40-yard line. Snap, they hand it to the motion man. It was Garcia. He attempts to turn the corner, stepped in the bear trap. That bear trap was known as Mike Viola, and he hung on to his ankle for dear life and dragged him down after a gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
That play looked like it was developing very quickly, but luckily the Blue Devil defense able to hold the line there and only give up 2 yards. That's been nice. When the field has been spread, Leominster's defense has been able to contain on those outside edges, so that has been nice to see. Otherwise, right now, the Marlboro Panthers have been able to essentially score at will, particularly on the long ball, and that's what you want to watch out for here as they're around midfield.
Full-on blitz coming from the Blue Devils on the snap of the ball from Giannetti. That football may have been loose. If Giannetti did get the snap, he still has it, and he was swarmed and down he went.
They're going to give him a gain of about a half a yard on that,
Yeah, they did, and actually somehow he got the handoff to Evan Doherty as well. Tight quarters there and a lot of blue jerseys, and somehow they made the transaction, handing the football off.
Clock keeps ticking. We're down to 5:16 left to play in the half. Right now, the Panthers salivating around midfield. If they can get this 3rd and long converted, they will be on the Blue Devils' side of midfield, and that is where they have become extraordinarily dangerous all night long.
2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers to the open side left for Giannetti. Under center he goes from the 42-yard line of the Panthers. Here's the snap. Straight forward it goes in the hands of Evan Doherty. Across the 45 and dragged down around the 49-yard line. And it'll be 3rd down, looks like about 2 to go.
It's a gain of 5 on the play for Doherty.
Make it 4th down and 2 to go.
That is correct. 4th down and 2 on their own 49-yard line.
They need to move the ball across midfield to the Blue Devil 49-yard line for the first down.
It's pretty quiet in here for how many people are in this stadium tonight. You're not used to hearing deafening silence coming from the Blue Devils cheering sections.
And looking out our window here in the Doyle box on press row, I can tell you this, there's a lot of people here. You wouldn't know it.
Yep.
Split backs in the backfield behind Giannetti. He's got a receiver to the open side left. Giannetti's under center. Hard count and looks to the sideline, and Coach Mahoney takes yet another timeout, making great use of his 5 timeouts he has available to him. 3:58 to play in the second quarter. 21-0 is Marlboro's lead. Happy to have you along with us here on the K-Zone, wherever you're joining us. AM 1280, 105.3 FM, streaming live the world over at WPKZ.net. Or if you're joining us via our partners at Leominster TV with the live broadcast going tonight on Comcast, Verizon. Check your channel for Leominster TV, or somewhere worldwide via Facebook Live. You get to see the whole game from Leominster TV. Just look them up, Leominster Access TV on Facebook. Got your live stream.
This right here, big play for the Blue Devil defense, but we have some late substitutions coming in and some confusion. This would be a huge stop for this Blue Devil D.
Max Whitmore.
And they punt.
Got a good snap, and there's the punt away. It is high, a wobbler, hops at the Blue Devil 30-yard line and takes a slight Blue Devil bounce. And then finishes back across the 30 at the 29.
I didn't see a punt coming there.
I-
That's probably for the late substitution
was gonna
because
say,
I didn't see it.
There was a late scramble onto the field. Whitmore was standing back at his own 37 to kick it away. Clock stops on the change of possession with 3:48 to play in the second quarter, and Marlboro with the 21-0 lead.
Man, oh man.
Time now for our in-game update, and it's brought to you by Techner Apex. Explore the world of plastics through their unbridled passion for technology. Combined with a customer-centric approach, Techner Apex delivers your customized solutions no matter how specific your need. Online at technerapex.com. St. John's on top of Catholic Memorial right now, 18-0, 4:40 to play in the second quarter on that one.
That's
And that's your in-game update brought to you by Techner Apex.
Nice gap for Adam Couch there, able to pick up about 8.5, 9 yards on that play. Some nice positive yardage there. We're going to have second down and 1 from the 37-yard line.
It'll be a second down, about a yard to go for the Blue Devils. The ball is across their 35 at around their 37-yard line at right hash. Pistol formation for Gallagher. Couch is behind him. Marchand to his left. 2 receivers to the open side left. The snap. 3-step set. Gallagher got some time. Sets his feet and throws. High. It was tipped. It was tipped a couple more times and falls incomplete. Almost intercepted there. Kevin Short was in the neighborhood, as was Evan Doherty. More Panthers in that region than there were Blue Devils. The pass was intended for J.C. Cora.
That was scary.
Yes, indeed. 21-0 Marlboro's lead already. An unanswered 21 points in this first half.
Once again, exactly unlike the Tewksbury scrimmage tonight, all of Gallagher's passes appear to be long and high rather than short and low as we saw last weekend.
Third down and a yard to go. They give it to Marchand. Marchand plows into the pack, drives his feet across the 40, and dragged down at the 43-yard line. And that's a sheer determination. Leominster first down for Connor Marchand, the fullback, 5'11", 215 pounds.
Sheer determination is right. That's one of those situations where he's dragging the pile with him along for a ride to get that first down for the Blue Devil. That's the type of grit that you like to see coming out of those players.
Pistol formation on first down and 10. The handoff is for Couch. He bounces it to the outside left of the formation, crosses the 45, and he's dragged down at the 46-yard line. And Coach Palazzi asks for the 30-second timeout. Barking some signals toward his huddle, and he's going to have a timeout and a quick meeting with Pat Gallagher. 2:24 to play, second quarter. 21-0 Marlboro's lead, and Leominster looking to answer something that they can take to the locker room and build on for this second half of action.
Build on is absolutely right. This is the time of the year that you're going to have to really start to build that foundation. What is the identity of this team going to be here after a first half that looked like this? There has been a lot of sloppy play on both sides of the ball and on special teams for the Blue Devils. They need to be more disciplined and take care of that football. 2nd and 7,
back to pass. Gallagher tries to swing the screen out, looking for Marchand. Out of the backfield, long and incomplete, and it'll be 3rd down and 7 to go.
And these are exactly, well, I mean, again, I know I've been harping on this, exactly opposite types of passes that we saw from last weekend, but the same results as we saw. These passes are not being converted. If you can't convert some of these passes, then Marlboro doesn't need to be kept honest. They're only going to have to really worry about your run game, and right now that's the only thing working, and on top of that, you're fumbling the football seemingly constantly. So a lot of things to work from, build up right now for the Blue Devils. They're going to have to figure it out, make some adjustments.
Pistol formation on 3rd and 7. Here's the snap, the give to Couch. Drives his legs forward. He goes across midfield into Panther territory. Dragged down at the Panther 48-yard line.
And that's a nice positive gain. If we can get that going into a rhythm with a little bit of passing, I think you're going to see a lot more production coming out.
4th down and a yard to go, under 2 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Leominster trailing 21-0. Coach Palazzi says go for it. Base I. Marchand and Couch. The snap, give it to Marchand, into the pile he goes, drives his legs across the 45, dragged down at the 44-yard line, and it's a Blue Devil first down, resetting the sticks, and Leominster will take a quick timeout to stop the clock. 1:46 to play in the second quarter.
Now here's an odd juxtaposition with the coaching staffs. Marlboro has the ball on offense in their last offensive possession. They're at 4th and 2 at midfield. They don't go for it. They punt. They play the field position game. They push Leominster well back into their own territory with a short clock. Now on the flip side, you have Dave Palazzi, who is noted as being a very aggressive offensive play caller. He has 4th and 1, 4th and 2. Going for it all the way, almost every single time. Even if he's in that no man's land midfield, most of the time he's going to go for it. This shows some confidence in his offense, especially in the run.
And here we go, first down and 10 at the Panther 44, going left to right or right to left for those of you joining us on Leominster TV. Back to pass Gallagher on first down, plenty of time. That's a coverage sack potentially. He's going to tuck and run. He turns the corner at the 40, and Gallagher makes some room with his legs, crosses the 35-yard line, steps out of bounds smartly to stop the clock at the 33-yard line, and that's what you've got to do. You got to matriculate the ball down the field some way. If everybody's covered downfield, not a problem. Tuck the football. Gallagher's got a quick first step. He can move the ball down the field.
Yeah, what was going to be a loss becomes a gain of 12 for the Blue Devils. Smartly doesn't run into anything. Smartly doesn't try to force the ball into somewhere that there's not anything to take. So that, see, we'll have a little bit of maturation on that play.
We call that smart growth.
Ta-da.
Shotgun formation here, Couch with Gallagher. Backpedaling, the little comeback screen. Very important in the Blue Devils offense. It was Gabe Elias who was flashing to come back from that wide receiver position on the screen play, and pass will fall incomplete. Second down and 10. Clock stops on the incompletion. 1:33 to play in the second quarter. 21-0 Marlboro's lead, and Leominster looking for something to take to the locker room, and they would be happy if they could cut this lead down to just 14 points before halftime.
One positive note at the beginning of the game, it seemed like it was 1 step forward, 20 steps back. Right now we're taking 1 step forward, handful back. See if we can just keep moving things forward.
Pistol set, Maury's snap is low. Gallagher picked it up off his shoe tops and made the handoff to Couch, who bounces it to the outside, cross the 30, and dragged down around the 25-yard line of the Panthers.
Nice adjustment there by Gallagher to pick up that low snap and still get it off to Couch. I'm telling you, the run game right up that A gap or that B gap on either side of the center has been fairly productive. I believe probably averaging between 6 and 8 yards a carry are the Blue Devils. Just keep moving it forward, guys.
3rd and 2 out of an eye. Marchand gets the handoff. Straight up the middle he goes. Following that center into the A gap. Forward he goes to the Panther 20-yard line. And it's a Leominster first down. Clock stops just for a near second as they reset the sticks on the first down. 56 seconds roughly remaining here in the second quarter. 21-0 Marlboro's lead. We'll have an update around the region coming up at the half. Kate will have a full stat recap from half number 1 as well. These numbers aren't going to be something Leominster fans want to look at. That's for certain. Couch with the handoff. Forward it goes into the pile. Battles his way across the 15-yard line and dragged down around the 13. And Leominster will spend another timeout to stop the clock at 33.5 seconds to play here in the second quarter. They will have a second down, second and about 3 to go, maybe 4. They need to move the football to the Panther 10-yard line for the first down, but they've got to do it quickly here. Not much time. Clock's certainly not their friend at this point in time, and it would be awfully unfortunate for Leominster to finally string a drive together and not be able to strike for points.
And once again, come up short. But now you have to have kind of that balance throughout the entirety of the game. They've been dropping the football.
And here comes the white wave. It's a whiteout night in the Leominster student section, and that wave, which we've seen in years past follow their offense down the field, has begun to matriculate down the sideline on the sidewalk here at Doyle Field and continuing on down toward this scoring end to try to help raise Leominster's spirits and be able to drive in for a score before halftime.
It's nice to see that come back.
Absolutely. Great to see a little momentum, even if
glad
it is
they remembered.
over here.
I'm glad they high school kids. I'm just glad they remembered.
I certainly
They can't
do.
remember to bring a pencil to class, but I'm glad they remembered that.
So very true. We say hello to our friends.
I'm lamenting
at
my
Leominster TV. I make it a shotgun formation here. Second down, 3 to go. It's Couch in the backfield with Gallagher and trips to the short side left. Gallagher's back to pass. Floats corner of the end zone, looking for Del Judas. Tip, juggle, did he bring it in and get a foot down? Yes, he did! It's a Leominster touchdown! Zach Del Judas. It got tipped on him. He juggled it a little bit. He reeled it in and stuck that foot in the end zone for 6 points. Leominster is on the board. The Wave marches back up the field. They got the Blue Devils 6 points.
The Wave works. What can we say? What can we say?
They're on the sideline. They're marching back to the student section. Pablo Rodriguez to attempt the extra point. Snap the ball down. Rodriguez puts the right foot into it. Over the bar it is. And the teams come back up the field. 26.5 seconds to play in the second quarter with the score. Marlboro 21 and Leominster on the board with 7. More to come. You're listening to Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers on Leominster TV tonight. We say simply, finally, Leominster's got their first score of the season, and the talc powder is up in the air from the student section. They've thrown the talc powder up a la LeBron James. A little bit of excitement. It's going to get awfully expensive to use that talc powder. Maybe baby powder?
Loves it.
Something that you can pick up for cheap.
Who says talcum powder anymore?
That's what it was.
It's
talc powder.
Oh, boy.
Don't give me a hard time. Back to historic Doyle Field here on the K-Zone.
Nice job, Derek, with that bumper music. We love that.
Love that great 80s music. Little old-time rock and roll, if I'm not mistaken. I only heard a beat or two. 21-7.
If I play more, you'll just sit there and dance, so I got to cut you off.
Line drive up the center of the field from Pablo Rodriguez. He will see that return from the Panther 31-yard line. Straight up the center of the field and dragged down on that play. Returned by one of the upmen there. That looked like 51. Trevor Nutt, the junior offensive lineman, playing as one of the upmen on special teams. Got the return there across the Panther 40 to the 42-yard line.
6-yard return for him. Not too shabby.
Panthers have about 1 timeout remaining here.
Ish.
21-7 their
You want
lead.
specifics?
They are packing it in tight. Looks like they're going to kneel on the ball, and they're going to take a 14-point lead to the locker room. Gianetti snaps the ball, drops the knee down. He won't have to do it again. Final 15 seconds will come off the clock. Halftime coming up here on the K-Zone. We'll have an update from around the world of sports and scores from around central Massachusetts. We'll recap the first half of action and preview second half action. For those of you joining us on Leominster TV, whether you're on Verizon, Comcast, or Facebook Live, you've got a performance from the Leominster High School Marching Band coming your way. 21-7 Marlboro's lead. They had 21 unanswered points in this first half of action until Leominster scores with just 30 seconds to play. 21-7 Marlboro on top of Leominster at the half. Halftime show is next. You're listening to Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ.
This halftime is sponsored by Friday Night Lights at Applebee's, located at 251 North Main Street, Leominster. Dinner tastes better when it starts with a free advertisement with the purchase of any entree. Visit Applebee's right down the street after the game or anytime. Patrick is heading over to the Leominster fan section with some footballs. Applebee's footballs. Free advertisement with purchase with the football anytime. Just bring it in to Applebee's, our halftime sponsor. Better arm than Brady over there. Thank you, Pat. Great job. Check out the apparel tent right now, home side of the field for the great-looking blue gear to support Leominster football. Bring your spirit wear, t-shirts, hoodies, rally towels, shorts, sweatpants, and more. On sale for the Leominster Blue Football Club. Plus, get your hair sprayed blue for $1. Don't forget that bomb package with a $5 raffle. Each ticket with a chance to win free hair, makeup, nails, and toes, plus a massage for your prom or outdoor
on top of Groton Dunstable at the half. Oakmont on top of Lunenburg, 28-6 at the half. Tingsboro on top of Gardner, 21-6 halftime score there. Air Shirley over Clinton, 13-6 at the half, and Northridge over Quabbin, 13-8 at the half out in Quabbin tonight. Games on our Saturday scoreboard we'll be keeping an eye on. Algonquin on the road at Worcester North. Zavarian at Everett, that's Leominster's Week 2 opponent. Auburn at St. Peter Marion, and Nipmuc is at Burncoat. Those games on the Saturday slate we'll be keeping an eye on, and particularly that Everett and Zavarian game, certainly a key one to say the least. Kate, it's time now for our peak performance of the first half. It's brought to you by Fraticelli Oil. It's the place to save heating dollars 24 hours a day, 7-day-a-week service, same-day delivery. Visit them at FraticelliOilCo.com and call 978-537-3637. Fraticelli Oil, serving Central Mass and Southern New Hampshire for over 80 years. Fraticelli Oil fuels our peak performance of the first half, Kate.
I think what I'm going to say, probably a little bit off kilter here, but really impressed with the Leominster.
It's week 1.
Oh, welcome to week 1.
Welcome to week 1.
Really impressed with the Blue Devils offense on that last offensive drive, that they're able to capitalize and go into halftime with some points on the board. So really pleased that they're able to get some positive moments. No giving up, seeing a lot of character out of these Blue Devils, and hopefully, I mean, again, we've seen bigger comebacks before. We've seen bigger comebacks for teams here in New England. So 21-7, not the end of the world. Very, very sloppy first half of play for the Blue Devils. But luckily for them, things didn't get so bad that they're not insurmountable.
So, Kate, the question is, what are
Can I do the stats for the second half?
That may be our mid-game adjustment.
That's
our
me.
mid-game adjustments are brought to you by Viola's Tires.
Nailed it.
You're killing me.
Nailed it.
Viola's Fitchburg Tire and Service, a family-run business selling most major tire brands since 1964. Offering our truly unique free summer to winter tire storage online at fitchburgtire.com. Viola's Fitchburg Tire and Service, where the price we quote is the price you pay. Our Viola's Fitchburg Tire and Service mid-game adjustments, Kate, for that first half.
It's me.
You're going to get the kickoffs right on the stats, and we're off and running, right?
Kickoffs are hard, I'm just saying. God, there's a lot going on.
I think for Leominster, their mid-game adjustment here has got to be to completely forget everything that happened in that first half of action.
Wash the memory.
And start completely fresh with the football in the second half. Ball on the tee, 40-yard line to our left. Max Whitmore is on the approach, foot into it, away we go. Second half of action of week 1, Leominster trails 21-7. Brian Rodriguez on the return. He gets snared by the jersey and dragged down across the 25-yard line at the 26. It will be a first down and 10 to go for the Blue Devils. They start with the football here at the beginning of the second half. At their own, they actually gave him a pretty generous spot, 28-yard line at left hash.
16-yard return by Brian Rodriguez on that one. Look at me go. I haven't screwed anything up yet.
Our second
8
half
seconds in.
Our second half kickoff brought to you by Fidelity Bank of Leominster.
Nailed it.
The idea that businesses do well creates a brighter today and tomorrow for everyone involved. It's a win-win-win. Now, who doesn't like that? Your Fidelity Bank, helping you get where you want to be with hearts. First down and 10 to go for the Blue Devils. Their first offensive possession of the second half. A ground ball snap fielded by Gallagher. Handoff made to Adam Couch coming out of the backfield. Forward he goes across the 29 and dragged down at the Leominster 30-yard line. Second down and 8. 10 minutes, 30 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Just 30 seconds in to this second half of action.
That center to quarterback exchange, a little tricky still. Not as easy as a lot of people likely think. There's a lot of touch, a lot of timing, a lot of different mechanisms going on.
Second and 8 from their own 30, going right to left. Here's the snap for Gallagher. Give it to Adam Couch. He got a great hole and a block downfield from Jack Young. He's got midfield. Now 40, go 30, and dragged out of bounds at the Panther 25-yard line. For the first time tonight, Adam Couch gets sprung by a beautiful block. Jack Young held the edge and gave plenty of room for him to run down the sideline. Adam Couch with a nice run.
41 yards for Adam Couch. They're giving him the Panther 29-yard line. Nice job by the offensive line there to create that nice gaping hole on the left side of the line. Adam Couch nearly untouched, penetrating into that Panther defense, bouncing out to the outside, following down. Nice job by that offensive line.
1st and 10 from the Panther 29. Under center, here's the snap. Give it to Connor Marchand. Straight into the pack he goes and battles his way forward to the 27-yard line of the Panthers. Gain of about 2, 2nd down and 8 to go. Under 10 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Leominster going right to left in this quarter 3, or left to right for those of you joining us on Leominster TV and via Leominster TV's Facebook Live tonight. Hope you've been enjoying our coverage wherever you are here on the K-Zone at AM 1280 and 105.3 FM, streaming live at WPKZ.net.
I know I have.
I've been having a lot of fun here in this week 1 of action. It's great to have football back.
I've been making a lot of mistakes.
Gallagher the snap, give it to Couch. Couch forward he goes. He was in the bear trap, crossing the 25-yard line and holding on for dear life. That looked like Lou Vigent trying to bring him down to the ground, and he finally successfully did. Kevin Short may have been in there as well.
Gain of 4 on the play for the Blue Devils right now, as long as you're getting positive yardage. And that's one of the nice things about this running back core that we've seen so far. They need to hold on to the football, but every time they've touched the ball, seemingly, they've had positive yardage. And not just 1 or 2 yards, 3, 4, 5. They're averaging 6 yards a carry.
On 3rd down, a snap, and something was a little off there. Might have been that dreaded center to quarterback exchange again. Procedure called against the Blue Devils. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. 3rd down and about 9.
We have a volleyball update from Assabet Valley. Varsity beats Keefe Tech 3-1.
And
I specifically requested that. Thank you, Sarah Milliken. Go AV girls volleyball.
Been keeping an eye on the Twitter tonight. See the opening of the new Aztec Stadium out there, Kate, and
but
beautiful,
no score update.
Beautiful look out there. No, there has been no score update out there
gorgeous.
Tonight. 3rd down and 8 to go. Here's an I formation and another problem with the snap. And Gallagher has to dive on top of the football. Dan Morey and Pat Gallagher struggling here to get that touch, especially with those snaps under center. There's a bit of an inconsistency there. We saw that a little bit in the scrimmage against Tewksbury. We saw them working together on the sideline when the offense was off the field. Still not quite able to get that touch worked out. Dan Morey, a senior, 6'2", 230, playing his first game starting at center.
I always harken back to the Harbaugh advertisement. Clean up the center to quarterback exchange. Not that easy.
Yes, not that easy at all.
But they're kids, right? Weren't they like 10-year-olds?
That's what it's supposed to be.
Oh, boy, that's great.
4th down and 8 to go. And a shotgun formation, and Coach Palazzi realizes this is taking way too long to develop, and so he says, timeout.
I was going to say, where's our delay of game penalty? I'm waiting for that.
He brings Pat Gallagher over to the sideline. 7:37 to play in the third quarter. 21-7 is Marlboro's lead on top of Leominster, and Coach Palazzi is screaming that Marlboro was given a full timeout with everybody on the sideline when he only took 30 seconds.
That's true. Does he now get a full timeout?
It does not appear like they're going to give him a break.
Oh boy. We have 4th down and about 8.5 to go here for the Blue Devils. Fairly moderately deep into Panthers territory. They have a beautiful gain by Adam Couch, and then all of a sudden stalling out here once again. So really need to keep that positivity going here in order to really make a statement.
Combination of execution and just plain concentration. Leominster needs to move the football on this 4th down and 9. They need to move it just across the Panther 20 to about the 19.5-yard line. Trips set up late to the left of the formation. Gallagher out of the gun, sets, throws to the left, and it is intercepted. Defender got underneath Jack Young. He's got a pick, and he's running back the other way. Looks like 26 on the interception. It's James Carney. Got a big return back downfield across midfield and dragged down at the Blue Devil 49-yard line. There's an injury on the near sideline at the tail end of the play. Not able to quite see the number there. Leominster TV taking a look at the replay, and Gallagher had plenty of time. He threw down to that left side, and Morey just jumped in front of him with the, Carney just jumped in front of him to make that interception, and right back the other way to live action we go. At midfield, the 1st down and 10 for the Panthers. Quick handoff on the inside. That looked like Evan Doherty on the carry. No gain, maybe a half-yard gained on the play. They originally marked it 1st and 10 at midfield, so call that a gain of 1 to the Blue Devil 49, 2nd down and 9.
That the return on the interception was returned for 16 yards to bring things to just around midfield.
Jack Young was the injured player, and he is trying to use a football to roll out his left hamstring over on the near sideline. We'll keep an eye on that to see if he can get back in the action.
That's a calf.
That too. Here's the snap.
Nice stop,
Immediate hit there by Lou Vigent. And Vigent, no gain on the play. Leominster defense got into that hole as soon as it opened up and stopped that wedge from forming.
3rd down and long here for the Panthers. They've been very good at converting, however.
Dan Morey and Pat Gallagher working on that center and quarterback exchange in the shotgun snap. There's just not a consistent snap coming from Morey right now, and Gallagher is struggling, I think, to figure out what's going on. They're doing a good job communicating, though. Going to have to keep working that out. And again, it's week 1 of action, and it's looked every bit of it. 3rd and 9 from Blue Devil 49. Giannetti throws a wobbler out to the left side, a little out route. Pass is complete in the hands of Tony Garcia. He gets back on the angle, working the left sideline, and reaches across the 40-yard line where he is taken down, and that is enough for a Panther 1st down. The throw on 3rd and 8 was short of the sticks by about 3 yards, but Leominster couldn't close on the backside of the play.
No, absolutely. Right now, that's the 10th 1st down that the Panthers have had so far tonight. And right now, again, moving that ball at least 3rd and 9, and you're going to give a moderate passing route and, you know, fairly well defended, as we can see on the LTV action replay. But still, you're giving them all of the yardage necessary in order to just keep moving the sticks.
1st down and 10 to go. Split backs in the backfield behind Giannetti. Snap. Handoff, this time it's in the hands of Ron. Forward he goes across the 35 and dragged down around the 30-yard line. Gashes Leominster's defense for about another 9 yards. They gave it to Doherty on the carry for 9. Check of our time and temperature, and it's brought to you by Chapdelaine GMC. The right truck can make your job easier, and Chapdelaine GMC has been selling and servicing commercial trucks since 1969. Chapdelaine has the best selection of commercial used trucks, period. Stop by Route 2A in Lunenburg or online at chappygm.com. 61 degrees, cloudy skies, 8:30 on a Friday night, week 1 of action on this September the 8th. And Leominster trailing Marlboro 21-7 on that 2nd down play. Carry to the outside. It is a 1st down for the Panthers across the Blue Devil 25 and out of bounds around the 21-yard line. Credit Garcia with the carry there on the end around. He was the motion man, got the handoff, and around right end got himself another Panther 1st down at the Blue Devil 21-yard line. Panthers marching from left to right here on the K-zone, or right to left for those of you watching our coverage on Leominster TV. First down and 10 to go for the Panthers at left hash. 2 backs backfield, single receiver is Garcia. He comes in motion from right to left. Giannetti the snap, give it to Garcia. Slips as he tries to turn left corner and is dragged down after a gain of about 2 on the play. 2nd down, 2nd and about 8. Clock winds under 4 minutes. 3:48 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. The clock is Marlboro's friend. They don't have to be in any particular rush. They lead Leominster 21-7 right now.
Things just keep moving in their direction.
They do indeed. Split backs behind Giannetti on 2nd and 8. Single receiver is Garcia to the short side left. Here he comes in motion now. Snap, they fake the give to him. Instead, they put the handoff straight into the first man through the hole. It was the fullback, Lou Vigent. And they've done a nice job of using that 3-headed running attack. Evan Doherty, Devin Ruan, Lou Vigent. Vigent, usually that lead blocker, blocking ahead of one of the other 2 backs, but occasionally you got to put it in his hands to keep Leominster honest, so they will continue to defend that first man through the hole.
And with that triple option, the timing that they've had with that is just right. And that's when you see a team like Navy run the triple option in the NCAA, and what we're seeing tonight out of the Marlboro Panthers, that misdirection, the fakes really well, and all that bunching is really hard to determine where that ball is actually going, and then as a defensive line to adjust and get after that ball.
On the snap of the football, the handoff there went into the pack, but it looked like 23 on the carry. Alex Santos on the carry for the Panthers. He takes the ball across the 15-yard line and dragged down across the 10 at the 9. It'll be first and goal for the Panthers at the Leominster 9-yard line. Split backs in the backfield. Giannetti goes under center. Garcia is the receiver to the left. He comes in motion now left to right. Snap, handoff, Vigent straight into the A-gap. Battling his way forward, gains maybe a yard or two. He'll move the football up, it looks like, to about the 7-yard line.
I think they've given him the 6 on that.
Clock winds under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Panthers slowly, methodically driving their way forward to hang another 6 on the board.
Right now, the Blue Devils defense looking a little tired. They've been out there quite a bit all night tonight, and as we mentioned in the pregame, many of the players playing both sides of the ball. So adjustments being made on offense by the coaching staff right now on the sideline, being made to very few players because most of the offensive players are also defensive starters as well.
Coach Sean Mahoney says he'd like a 30-second timeout, stops the clock. 1:32 to play in the third quarter. Marlboro's lead is 21-7. Here from historic Doyle Field tonight on the K-Zone. Alongside Kate Robbins, I am Todd Robbins, saying thank you so very much for joining us tonight, wherever you are joining us across this coverage of Blue Devil football, whether it's here on the K-Zone, your exclusive radio home, AM 1280, 105.3 FM, or streaming at WPKZ.net, or with our partners at Leominster TV. On Comcast, Verizon, find your Leominster TV channel for that. They'll have replays available throughout the week and weekend. And of course, they are streaming live tonight on Facebook Live as well. Motion man from left to right was Garcia. Turns the right corner, reaches for the end zone, and Tony Garcia is in. It's another Panther touchdown. 27-7. Marlboro's lead, 1:24 to play in the third quarter. Garcia got a couple of clear-out blocks, stepped right back inside of him, and reached for the goal line, and that's how you hang 6 more. Panthers have manhandled the Blue Devils in this first game in week 1. Giannetti holds for Max Whitmore. Asks for the ball down. Whitmore's kick is up and through, and the teams come back up the field. 1:24 to play in the third quarter with the score. Marlboro 28 and Leominster 7, more to come. You're listening to Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers on Leominster TV. Happy to have you along with us and want to thank our great volunteers doing an awesome job tonight, bringing us some fantastic views. Got a great opportunity to take a look at them here on a monitor on the near side. We've been able to follow along. Tremendous job tonight, and
looks beautiful.
It really does. Fantastic look. Thank you to them. Say hello for the first time this year. Jack, Bradley, Blake Curry over there, Sean Montequilla, and a cast of thousands over on Leominster TV side of the field. Back with us here on the K-Zone as well. Remember, when we step away on the K-Zone, bonus coverage available over on Leominster TV. Plenty of coverage all around here. And remember, the Coach's Corner on Leominster TV. Live Monday nights, 6 o'clock on Leominster TV. End over end goes the kick. Brian Rodriguez on the return from his own 15-yard line. From right to left, forward he comes across the 20, the 25, and dragged down at the Leominster 26-yard line. Good return there by Brian Rodriguez.
Return of 11 for Rodriguez on that.
And Leominster has another first down and 10 to go. 1:17 to play here in the third quarter.
It's only 8:36 at night.
It's been a quick-moving football game, no question about that. But I've got to say, as this game has moved quicker and quicker and quicker, and the farther and farther and farther down this rabbit hole Leominster goes, you've given yourself now 21 points you've got to make up to even draw even in this football game. Jack Young is the motion man. He's on the wrong side of the formation again, and he'll now set himself as the far outside receiver to the left of the formation. Here's the snap. Couch gets the handoff, steps into the hole at the left side of center. Back to the line of scrimmage, no gain on the play. Second down and 10.
Clock keeps ticking, 1:05 to go in the quarter. Jack Young having a lot of problems with cramping right now in his lower extremities. That calf muscle is absolutely tightened up on him, and he is doubled over trying to stretch it out over there in the huddle. Oh, pardon me, excuse me. That was also, we have a couple of other players stretching things out. That's Zach Calladay as well.
It's a warm but nice night. It's got that nice cool
Creeps
fall
up on
feel.
you.
But if you're down on the field, the turf throws a little bit more heat, probably a little bit warmer down there. Here's the snap. Gallagher goes with the pitch to the left side in the hands of Couch. He turns the corner. He's across the 30, and he's dragged down around the 34-yard line. Connor Marchand is slow to get up, and he looks cramped up over on the sideline. He's coming over to the near side to stretch. Calladay may have been down there as well, and I saw Christian Nunez in the area as well, stretching out.
Hurting.
And this is one of those cases. I mean,
Water
young
the day
team,
before, kids.
Yeah, you've got to hydrate the day before. I mean, these are all things that,
put the Camelback on all day in school, right?
as you become more experienced, you realize.
That's the quarter.
Yeah, 3 quarters in the books from historic Doyle Field. The teams will change in, and the all-important fourth quarter of action comes up when we come back. It's Marlboro 28 and Leominster 7, fourth quarter, here on the K-Zone. AM 1280 and 105.3 FM, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers on Leominster TV tonight. And for Leominster, 21 points is the number they've got to come up with to tie this football game. And just looking at them on the sideline right now, looking at them at the ends of plays, players dropping left and right, they look like the walking wounded here. Right now, combination of conditioning and hydration seem to be coming into effect, and that is certainly going to be a problem as we start this fourth quarter of play, and you're chasing 21 points. That is certainly something to consider. Saw in that shot, by the way, for our friends at Leominster TV, passing by Blake Curry working the sideline here. I've gotten a few text messages about the great sideline views we've been getting, so nice job by Blake on the sideline. Blake was never afraid to get into a scrum when he was on the field as a Blue Devil. Not afraid to get into a huddle either as a cameraman for Leominster TV. Dancing in the dark. Isn't that what they're doing over at Crocker Field tonight? They are dancing in the dark, playing on half a field right now.
They absolutely
as the lights
are.
don't work on one end of the facility, we'll get another update as this game continues. 28-7, Marlboro's lead as we start the fourth quarter of action. Todd Robbins alongside Kate Robbins here on the K-Zone tonight. And fourth down and about a yard to go. That third down play for Leominster moved the football across their 35 to the 36-yard line. Leaves them about a yard and a half to go. They need about the 37.5-yard line of the Panthers for the first down. Fourth down, about a yard and a half to go. I formation here. Leominster forced to go for it in their own territory. The snap, they gave it to Connor Marchand. The pack fell forward. The near side wing official is pointing for a first down, and it is. Connor Marchand gets 2 yards, needed a yard and a half. We know that it to be plenty. That is a first down for Leominster, and the drive continues. And at this point, they need to move this football expeditiously, score, get the football back and forth they go. This is literally going to be a tall task to come up with 21 points with the way this game has gone thus far.
Right now, I think less about trying to take over the lead again in this game, but rather to just try to make up some things, okay? Drive by drive, play by play, not getting over yourself, not trying to play outside of yourself.
Pistol snap. Gallagher faked the delay handoff. He rolls out and throws, and he finds his tight end, Zach DelGiudice, across midfield and angled out of bounds at the 41-yard line. And immediately, DelGiudice, after making a great catch and run, has to roll over to the sideline. Appears that he's dealing with a cramp on the left side of his leg.
My word.
Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Great play, though. Nice design. A little delay, draw, fake, and then the roll off that play for Gallagher with a little strike thrown to DelGiudice, who is off the field on this play and getting handed a water bottle.
Pickup of 22 on the previous play.
First down and 10 to go in I formation for Gallagher. Snap, give it to Couch, rolls off an initial hit. Forward he goes across the 40 and dragged down at the Panther 38-yard line. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5. one of the things, just knowing the score, the situation at this point, Marlboro is going to be able to sell out a little bit and protect the downfield passing routes.
Yeah.
No choice at this point in time.
No, absolutely. I mean, right now it's just basically about containing overall.
Second down and 6 to go. Ball at the 38-yard line, just inside of right hash. I formation here. It's Marchand, then Couch, and a receiver to either side of the formation. Gabe Elias to the left, Jack Young to the right. Double fake. Gallagher
Nice
roll
roll.
out to his blind side. Thinking about tucking. Nope, he's going to flip it downfield,
Oh, God.
and it is intercepted once again. 8:11 to play in the fourth quarter, trailing by 21. Gallagher telegraphed it completely and threw it directly to the Panther, who stepped into the passing lane.
Well,
as you see on the replay, for those of you joining us on Leominster TV, it was a double fake and a roll to the left. Gallagher was trying to signal to downfield movement. He was trying to get it to his fullback, Connor Marchand, and
26
yeah,
on that.
stepping into that lane. That's another
James
interception
Carney.
for James Carney, his second of the night. He has been everywhere. Gallagher's been throwing the football. He may as well be in the backfield as well because he's known the play. Not good. Not good at all, and that may well spell the end. And Kate, Leominster's not going to be much into moral victories, but at this point, just putting some more points on the board in this game or getting something positive offensively and defensively may be the best they can hope for.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, right now it's about fundamentals. If you're telegraphing every play, if you're fumbling the football, we got a flag on this play here, right up the gut for the Panthers. It was a handoff.
Yeah, a gain of maybe a couple of yards on the play. Carney had position on that pass all day long, and sometimes you try to do too much, and I think that's a recipe of what's going on here. Gallagher was drawing two defenders to him, but there was a third one directly in front of his intended receiver, Connor Marchand. No chance of that football, no matter how much loft you put on it, and will and prayer, it's not getting to its intended target. Sometimes you just got to tuck the football and take a sack.
Absolutely right. This one is going to be on the offense, probably let's see, loss of about 5
minutes, they say, remaining in the game. They're putting a correction up on the clock. 8 minutes even remaining here in the fourth quarter. 28-7. Marlboro's lead right now as the officials call up here, and they do get a correction on the clock. 28-7. Marlboro's lead right now. That doesn't need any correction. Don't adjust your TV set. That is the score of this football game. Much the same way we said about the Patriots-Chiefs game last night. Nobody expected a lopsided game here tonight either.
Yeah, first down and 15 for the Panthers after the offensive penalty.
Yeah, back across their own 20 at about the 18-yard line. The handoff went around the outside. Kevin Short had the carry. He got right sideline and gained back most of what was lost on the 5-yard penalty. He'll be near the original line of scrimmage. Call it a gain of 4, 2nd and 11.
Ball spotted to the 22. Yeah, gain of 4. Clock continues to run. We're down just about 7 minutes even on the clock right now.
Kate, we've got a new feature here in the second half.
Fun.
It's our power player of the second half.
Oh boy.
And it is brought to you by Blue Rock Energy. You have choices when it comes to energy providers, and Blue Rock Energy offers solid choices, excellent customer relationships, and evolving solutions to meet your needs. More details online at bluerockenergy.com. Our Blue Rock Energy power player of the second half coming up in moments. I've got a hint that this might be him. Tony Garcia on this second down carry with plenty of room, zigzagging across the 30-yard line and dragged down around his own 31-yard line. Kate, our Blue Rock Energy power player of the second half?
Oh boy. I was actually going to say the quarterback, Giannetti, for the Panthers because of his game management, doing a really nice job with the handoffs, running the triple option. He hasn't been having any problems holding on to the football, nor have the rest of his offense, and he's been doing a really nice job in the passing game as well. So I was going to go with Giannetti. You're going to go with Garcia, and that's fine by me. Right now, Garcia has well over 50 yards rushing, so not a bad choice there either.
We'll call them our power players of the second half, brought to you by Blue Rock Energy. On a 3rd down and 2 to go, handoff went to the outside left. That looked like it was Ruan on the outside. He goes forward across the 35, and he's dragged down around the 36-yard line of the Panthers. no matter who it was, it is a first down for the Panthers, and it keeps the clock moving.
Absolutely. Pick up a 5 on the play right now. We are under 6 to go, and Marlboro just keeps moving that ball slowly but surely at this point. Nothing major, nothing big, and so they still have quite a bit of offensive production, and they're just moving things, moving things, moving things. Flag on that play. That's going to be on the offense. We're going to have a false start here on the offense for the Panthers. That's going to back them up a little bit. Going to back them up 5 yards.
A little too late for Leominster to be able to take much advantage of some self-inflicted wounds from the Panthers. I would say only for Coach Mahoney. He can't be happy to see them cropping up. It's a little bit undisciplined. You're leading 28-7. You got to learn how to put a team away too at this point.
Absolutely. I mean, that's one of those situations that you have to kind of, do you keep your foot on the gas? Do you put your your foot on the throat of the opponent, or do you kind of just ease off the gas? And I can't think that's what we're seeing right here. A little bit of undisciplined action. 1st and 15 for the Panthers here, and they stayed with the run.
Yeah, snap, and that handoff went on the ground. Looks like no gain on the play. It will be 2nd down and long to go. We're getting reports tonight on the news side of things. We're getting reports via the Sentinel and Enterprise. Police are reporting in the Groton area 4 slain in Groton tonight. You can stay tuned to the K-Zone Morning Commute on Monday for more information on that. The police are probing potentially 4 murders tonight in Groton, all somewhat connected. More details on that coming on Monday on the K-Zone's Morning Commute. 2nd down and long, back to pass. Gianetti unleashes down the field, looking for Garcia. He makes the catch, barrel rolls forward. Mike Viola has it, and it's a Leominster interception. They are running back. Whistles have already killed the play. Somebody should stop this before somebody gets injured on the field, because the play ended a long while ago when the back judge ruled an interception for Mike Viola, and Viola's knee touchdown with possession of the football. All that run back didn't matter, but a tremendous play. It was a battle for the football on a little bit of a jump ball. Garcia initially had it brought in. Viola got his hands around it as well. They rolled through the ground, and when the roll finished, Mike Viola had the football and an interception.
Attempted 46-yard pass by the Panthers, taken by number 12 for the Blue Devils. Beautiful, beautiful defensive strip there by Viola, all the way down at the 23-yard line. Again, some really nice aspects here. You have some really nice sparks by the Blue Devils, individual contributions. They can't seem to put things together.
1st down and 10 to go for the Blue Devils, looking to maybe build on something here, leave with a little positivity and a better taste in their mouths. Shotgun formation here for Gallagher. Couch with him in the backfield. 4 receivers spread. Scanning and asking for the football. It's Gallagher. Back to pass on 1st down. Looks out to the right and throws. Pass complete and a little comeback for Gabe Elias. He'll move the football to the 35-yard line of the Blue Devils. Enough for a Blue Devil 1st down, and the play blown dead right there.
Gain of 4 on the play for the Blue Devils on that. Now that looked like a nice pass. That's one of the few that we've seen this evening. It's not low, it's not high, it's timely. Gallagher does a nice job rolling out. He's got enough time. He doesn't panic. Nice and settled. Beautiful things. Seeing some more replay of the interception by Viola on the TV side from LTV's action. Beautiful, beautiful camera angle. My assumption is that that's probably our friend Bradley Bedard on that angle.
That's the high truck angle there.
Amazing, amazing work done by Bradley Bedard and Blake Curry down on your sideline cam tonight from LTV.
1st down and 10 to go. Gallagher back to pass, hanging with some time. He's going to roll out to his right, and he will throw the ball away incomplete. Stops the clock, 3:35 to play in the 4th quarter, 28-7 is Marlboro's lead. Our in-game update in this 4th quarter is brought to you by Dream Kitchens. When it's time to remodel your kitchen or bath, it's time to call Dream Kitchens and Baths of Leominster. 44 Meade Street in Leominster, online at dreamkitchens.net. Our Dream Kitchens in-game update comes from St. John's and Catholic Memorial. The Pioneers running away from Catholic Memorial. 33-3 through 3 quarters of play right now. We also have an update from the new Aztec Stadium. The Aztecs are on top of Hudson 20-6, opening their new stadium tonight down in Marlboro. That's our Dream Kitchens in-game update in this fourth quarter.
At Jerry Pasner Field, I believe.
Back to pass. Gallagher steps up and throws, floats to the sideline, and incomplete. He found Brian Rodriguez, but Rodriguez ran out of real estate on the sideline. .327 to play in the fourth quarter, 28-7. Marlboro's lead over Leominster, 3rd down and 10 to go. Ball at the 35-yard line. They need to obtain their own 45 to get another set of downs. Gallagher back in the huddle. This is a good opportunity to remind you that before every game on the K-Zone, we start on our Facebook Live. For our K-Zone Live look-in begins 10 minutes before our pregame on the radio, 6:20 on Friday nights. You can join Kate, myself, and a host of others on our Facebook Live look-in from the K-Zone.
Right now we have a full timeout on the field with 3:27 left to go. Ball on the 35-yard line right now for the Blue Devils. Right now calculating about, let's see, about 13 first downs for the Blue Devils. So they have been making some progress in the offensive statistic categories, but again, not where it counts, not on that scoreboard where you'd like it. A lot of fumbled footballs. A lot of interceptions tonight. A lot of real quirky things going on the field that we haven't seen, not stereotypical of the Blue Devils. One nice thing, one of the things that we had seen a lot of last year on the part of the Blue Devils was penalties. Not a ton of penalties coming thus far from the Blue Devils. So there is some light at the end of the tunnel. Obviously a lot of room to grow, a lot of areas to grow in on all 3 phases of the game, but nice to see things starting to move in the right direction.
3rd down and 10 to go from their own 35, going left to right for the Blue Devils, right to left for those of you joining us on Leominster TV. Trips to the open side left. Gallagher asks for the ball on 3rd and 10. Gets a block, rolls out to the left. He's going to tuck the ball. He's going to try to run for it. Turns the left corner, reaching for the pylon, and he has got himself a first down and out of bounds at the Blue Devil 45-yard line, and that's sometimes all you need to do. And you could see there with Gallagher as he started to turn that left corner, sheer determination. He was not going to get stopped until he got himself a first down, and then he allowed himself to be taken out of bounds to stop the clock.
Yeah, he put that baby on his back, and he ran those 10 yards all on his own. This is the type of thing that you have to start expecting out of him. He is the cornerstone right now of this Blue Devil offense. It runs through him. He needs to make smart decisions while he's in the pocket. Did a nice job scrambling to his left there. Saw that nobody was out open downfield, and he made a nice decision. He saw some open green space in front of him and was able to pick up the first down without obviously making himself open for injury, and a nice job picking up 10 yards there for the Blue Devils.
1st down and 10 to go from the 45-yard line of the Blue Devils, going left to right. Shotgun, Couch in the backfield with Gallagher. Sets his feet and throws. Pass low but caught by Gabe Elias at the Panther 45. Re-angles himself toward the left sideline, and he gets himself 3 extra yards. He's got himself, it looks like the 43-yard line of the Panthers. It is a gain of 12, and it is a first down.
First down's coming a little bit easier, a little bit more cramping going on the sidelines. Felipe Garcia stretching out his calves and hamstrings as well. So clearly water intake still a key here, always a key in the month of September, because as you said, the low tonight only going to be around 54. That means that all day long it's been fairly warm, a little brisk right now, but still it is September football. You need to hydrate.
Pistol formation, that delayed look again. Couch gets the handoff and got himself left sideline. Got himself another block. He's across the Panther 40, and he's got himself a first down at the Panther 15-yard line. A nice run by Adam Couch. And now Leominster will grab a 30-second timeout to stop the clock with 2:30 to play in the fourth quarter. A 28-7 lead right now.
It's going to be a gain of 29 for Adam Couch on that last one. We've got some major cramping going on the Blue Devils offense. We have more than one player that seems to really be feeling it right now. Marlboro, however, I haven't seen anybody with a cramming situation.
They
must have literally put intravenous H2O in all of them all day long.
Here comes the wave from the Blue Devil cheering section, and much like they did in the first half of action, down the field they come to cheer on their Blue Devils, many of who are getting stretched out and trying to loosen themselves back up as cramping continues to be a problem out on the field. 2:30 to play in the fourth quarter. Marlboro's lead is 28-7, and Leominster right now would like to cut that lead in half with one more touchdown. A little bit of additional news that we're getting in here right now on that initial report from sources about the quadruple homicide in Groton. It does appear that, according to 7 News, domestic in nature. Channel 5, that's WCVB, is now reporting that suspect is in custody. More details on that on Monday on the K-Zone's Morning Commute with Travis and Sherman Whitman as well. Sad story there, but more details, again, continuing to unveil themselves here tonight. Want to keep you abreast of those details as we continue here live on the K-Zone tonight. First down and 10 to go for the Blue Devils. A shotgun set, trips to the open side right, and a single receiver on short left. Back to pass, it's Gallagher with some time. Got a block, now throws short pass, well short and incomplete. Elias tried to get down underneath the football, and he had just gone too far upfield to get back to make that catch. Just a few seconds off the clock, 2:24 to play in the fourth quarter. 28-7 is Marlboro's lead. More players down with cramps on the field, and if Leominster didn't play themselves out of the game in the first half of action, Kate, the second half cramping certainly has not helped.
No, you're absolutely right, and I mean that's one of those things that that we see again every single September. I'm not necessarily sure that this one is. It might be cramping.
There's also some down on this near sideline as well.
They seem to be riddled with that problem right now. But again, it's something that we deal with every single September. It's something that you're working with 14, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-olds. They don't listen to anybody about much.
No matter how many times you tell them to drink water, and you're familiar with this, it doesn't matter. They'll hydrate if they feel like it.
That was a shot at me. That was a key. Hey, I have my water right next to me.
I'm proud of you.
Right here.
I am proud of you.
Okay.
Big comeback in Shrewsbury tonight. We'll have that score coming up post-game as well, as they were able to make a comeback win tonight. Details following our post-game here on the K-Zone. Gallagher's back to pass, throws out to his right and short of his intended receiver. That was Brian Rodriguez, the intended man downfield.
Another incomplete pass. Those were the types that we saw in the scrimmage last weekend against Tewksbury, that low, short pass. So right now, for a little stretch here, particularly in the fourth quarter, Pat Gallagher had been doing a nice job connecting with those receivers, but right now we're seeing some things, and now Pat Gallagher comes up lame as well after that. He's struggling on his right, it looks like right quadricep. Oh, no, hamstring.
Adam Couch
That's a hamstring.
came over to Coach Palazzi to get the play, and now Couch will run it back to the huddle as Gallagher tries to steady himself and stay in this football game. 2:19 to play with the clock stopped here in the fourth quarter. 28-7
Gallagher's
is Marlboro's lead. Leominster looking to put another score on and will themselves to cut this lead in half.
Nice grit, though, by these Blue Devils players trying to stay in the game no matter what.
Gallagher, delay give for Couch. Got some room up the center of the field, and forward he drives across the 15-yard line, dragged down around the 14.
Gain of 5 on that play.
And it's going to bring up a 4th and 5. Leominster needs to reach the Panther 5-yard line to reset the sticks. Timeout taken by Leominster. 2:01 to play in the fourth quarter. 28-7 is the lead right now for Marlboro.
Another player down for Leominster on the turf. It may actually be Gallagher. I know that we are harping on it, but it is kind of the Achilles heel, if you will, of the Leominster Blue Devils every September in the first week of play. And this one kind of creeps up on you. They all started kind of falling at the exact same time. And because it has been so mild throughout the latter parts of August and into September, that these types of issues are not ones that you would expect when the temperature dips below 60 degrees, but it is what we've been dealing with.
And I want to shout out Matt Houle, manager for the Blue Devils. man who supplies
It's not
plenty
as
of
if there's
water.
a water
I
shortage.
say there is no
There's
shortage
no
of water
water
over here.
shortage.
There's no shortage of supply issue here. This is not the Sierra.
No.
There is plenty of water available, and that's thanks to the great dedication
Good
of
quality
manager
H2O.
Matty Houle, who has supplied plenty of water. Just needed Leominster to consume some of it in advance in
He
order to
needs
feel a
to
little
start
bit better.
going to the school like 24 hours in advance of the game and literally just shoving it in their faces.
4th and 5, and Leominster to keep the drive alive. Pass.
Low again.
Low and incomplete, short of the intended receiver, Brian Garcia, and that'll be a turnover on downs. Marlboro football, 1st and 10, their own 10-yard line, and that will be the end of this one. It is academic from here. 1:56 to play in the 4th quarter. Panthers with control of the ball. 28-7 their lead right now. They need only run this clock out.
This one was a tough one to swallow. It is week 1, so again, please don't panic, just like everybody was told this morning and this afternoon on all of the sports talk shows regarding the New England Patriots. It's just one game, people.
That is
we
correct.
still have 7 regular season games to go. Dave Palazzi and his coaching staff well seasoned at teaching these young student athletes how to improve, and they will get better every single week. I can guarantee you that.
Kneel on the football, the wave moving back toward the student sections and beginning to file toward the exit here. 1:35 to play here in the 4th quarter, and just a couple of more kneel downs, and mercifully this one will be over, but with at least one positive note. Leominster did get themselves on the board tonight. Showed some flashes on the defensive and offensive side. It's not going to be the kind of game Coach Palazzi is happy with, but you never have to go back and play week 1 in a given season.
Man, oh man. Blake Curry's sideline angle right now of the Marlboro Panthers. That he has some guts, man. I would not be putting a camera in anybody's face.
There's a kneel down by
Winner
Giannetti.
or not. Winner or not. I'm not doing it. But kudos to him.
It'll bring up 3rd down and
one more to go.
One more kneel down, and this one's going to be all over here from historic Doyle Field. Post-game show coming up on the K-Zone. For those of you joining us on Leominster TV, our coverage continues live over on the K-Zone. We are going to relive it all. Complete stat recap, our player of the game, a final whip around the region, your most complete scoreboard in Central Mass. We'll get it all for you thanks to all of the fantastic sources out on Twitter tonight. We'll also take a look at things to come in the next couple of weeks for the Blue Devils. Remember, 5 straight home games, and Leominster can use your support. Come on down to Doyle Field and be a part of Blue Devil football. They're right back here next week. Everett presents the opposition. Last kneel down is down. Last 10 seconds to run off the clock. Coach is heading toward midfield. Coach Mahoney and Coach Palazzi will meet around the 30-yard line for a final handshake. And there's the handshake, and this one is over. Final score in week 1 of action, it's Marlboro 28 and Leominster 7. Panthers improved to 1-0 in the young season. Leominster falls to 0-1. Post-game show coming up next. We want to thank all of you that are joining us live tonight on Leominster TV, and thank all of the great volunteers who have been out there and making sure that you are able to see this live action both here on Comcast and Verizon terrestrially, and streamed the world over on Facebook Live tonight, a first right here on Leominster TV. We want to thank all the great volunteers over there. For those of you joining us on Leominster TV, 28-7 our final. Thank you so much and so long. Flip over and catch our postgame here on the K-Zone. We continue. We're not done yet. We've got that final look around the region. We've got our look with a complete scoreboard from Central Mass, game stats, and a whole lot more here from Doyle Field, where Leominster is a loser in week 1 tonight. 28-7, the final score, with the Panthers with the win. More Blue Devil football continues from Doyle Field. Post-game show next. You're listening to Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ.